name is Stephen Gottlieb, and I made up the pre-calculus video. At this point, I would just love for you to sit back and view a sample demonstration that I made up. That way you get to see a little bit of my teaching style. Mathematics is a language, and like any language that you study, there are vocabulary words that you need to know. And we're going to go over two of them today. One of them is varies inversely with, and the first one we're going to look at is varies directly with. Varies directly with. Whenever you see varies directly with, it means equals k times. Varies directly with means equals k times. So, if you have x varies directly with y squared, well, x is x, varies directly with means equals k times, and y squared is simply y squared. It doesn't matter what x and y squared are. That is, it doesn't matter what I put here or here. If I put x to the 3/2 and y to the 2/5, then x to the 3/2, this, varies directly with, that means equals k times, y to the 2/5. Just know that varies directly with means equals k times. X to the 3/2 varies directly with, oh yeah, that means equals k times y to the 2/5. Going from words to algebra equation, an algebraic equation, is very, very simple. Just know varies directly with. It doesn't matter what's in front. Let's call it a triangle. That's the symbol for anything. And over here, now I'll put a square. That's another symbol for anything. That is, whatever you see here, y to the 2/5, 3x squared, 1 over y, that's what you are going to put down in the appropriate place. Triangle. So whatever is really here, that's what you put down. Varies directly with, that means equals k times. And then whatever this really is, that's what you put next. Whatever it is. Don't care what it says. If it says happy birthday, triangle equals k times happy birthday. Doesn't matter what they put here or here. You write it down. In the middle, since it says varies directly with, you put equal k times. It's vocabulary. Now, let's go over the other vocabulary words. It's not varies directly with, but it is now varies inversely with. Well, varies inversely with, that just means equals k over. That's what it means, equals k over. So, if you have 3x squared, varies inversely with the square root of y. Okay? 3x squared, so there's 3 pieces. One, that varies inversely with, and this. Need to write down 3 things. You have to write down 3x squared, varies inversely with means equals k over. Then you have to write down the square root of y. This time you write it under the line, square root of y. So, it doesn't matter what I have here or here. All I'll do is I'll change this and that. So this looks like this, and that looks like that. if I have the cube root of x squared is equal to, varies inversely with y to the 10th. Okay. The cube root of x squared, I wrote this down, varies inversely with, that means equals k over y to the 10th. There should be no level of difficulty, as long as you know the vocabulary words, there should be no level of difficulty to go from words to an algebraic equation. Just know that varies inversely with means equals k over, and what comes next goes underneath the line. So those are the two vocabulary words. Let us do a couple of problems. Suppose you're told that x varies directly with the square root of y. And when y is equal to 16, x is 12. Find x when y is equal to 25. It's always going to be in this form. 1, 2, 3. So let's do the first sentence. X varies directly with y. Well, x means x varies directly with, that means equal to k times, and square root of y means square root of y. Second line, when y is 16, x is 12. So x is 12 equals k, we don't know, times the square root of 16. Well, the square root of 16 is 4. Some number times 4 is 12. 3 times 4 is 12. Don't divide by 4, because then you have to know what 12 divided by 4 is. That's harder than to know 3 times 4 is 12. Besides, it removes the whole step. So now I know, updating this equation by putting 3 here, x is equal to 3 times the square root of y. Now, if I know y, I take the square root of it, I multiply it by 3, bingo, I get x. Over here, it didn't work. If I know the square root of y, I have to multiply that by k, but I didn't know k. But now I do. Now I do. So find x when y is 25. So x is equal to 3 times the square root of 25. X is equal to 3 times, personally, that is how I write the square root of 25. 5. And 3 times 5 is 15. That's the answer. When y is 25, x is 15. So we just did a problem with varies directly with. Let us try one with varies inversely with. And make some changes. Call this y squared. When y is 3, x is 18. And find x when y is 2. So, let's get rid of this. X, statement 1, x varies inversely with means equal to k over y squared. Second line, when y is 3, x is 18. So 18 is equal to k over 3 squared. Well, this times this gives you that. 3 squared times 18 gives you k. Now 9 times 18 is 162. If you actually work down 9 times 18, get 162. How did I do it? I mean, I'll be honest, I don't know what 9 times 18 is, but yet I knew it was 162. Why? Because I know 18 is 9 times 2. And I definitely know what 9 times 9 is. Times 2. 80 and 80 is 160, so since I'm multiplying it by 2, that means I'm adding 81 and 81 2 times. 80 plus 80 is 160, plus 1 plus another 1, 162. That is the value of k. Okay, so now I know that x is equal to 162 over y squared. So now I can find x and y as 2. X is equal to 162 over 4. Now, personally, I see 4 doesn't go in there evenly, because 4 goes into 16 even. Nothing left over. But 4 doesn't go into the 2. Now, instead of writing 2 squared as 4, I write it as 2 times 2. Now 2 goes into 16 8 times evenly, and 2 goes into 62 1 time. In fact, of course we knew that. That's how we got 162. Remember, it was 9 times 18, but I wrote 18 this way. 81 times 2 is 162. So dividing by 2 is just 81. So the answer is x is 81 over 2. If you prefer, is 40 and 1/2. X is 81 divided by 2. Know your 2 vocabulary words. Do not be afraid of the problem. Whatever they put here, you write down. Whatever it is. Varies inversely with means k over. And whatever they put here, you put down there. And your initial equation will never be wrong. And this times this will always equal k. If somebody asks you what x, or let's use k. How much is k over 4 equals to 5? What does k equal? Very simple. 4 times 5, which is 20, equals k. 4 times 5 is what k is, 20. Quick check is if you have 20 and you divide it by 4, you get 5. Okay, this completes the sample demonstration for my pre-calculus video. Hope you learned a little bit about equations involving inversely with and directly with. Thank you for viewing my video to the end. Most of all, great success with your pre-calculus course. Thank you. Have a great day.